Hey everyone, it's Dave. How are you doing? I haven't done a video cast in a while. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do exactly. And with the Dolphins 0-7, I was kind of wondering about the whole situation myself. And here they go. They go into Kansas City, and Kansas City had played a good game against the San Diego Chargers earlier in the week. I guess they played Monday night. And the Dolphins came out and they absolutely dominated from end to end, which was totally a surprise. I don't think anybody saw that one coming. They played a complete game. Tony Sperano said afterward he was happy for the team and whatever. And I have a mixed feeling about it. I'm very happy for the team too. I'm glad that they won a game. It's better to go and at least win a game than to go 0-16. And certainly in the NFL, it's hard to go 0-16, and it's hard to really play that poorly every week. Just ask some of the teams that did it. So in the big picture, it's a good thing. But in the small picture, it's kind of like, well, they won a game. So, you don't, it sounds weird to say this, but you don't want them to get on a roll. You don't want it to turn out that they're suddenly going to be playing a lot better and win a lot more games, because the worst that could happen is now you drop out of that top tier of teams, or the bottom tier of teams, I guess. So you're losing out on the top tier of potentially quarterbacks or great players. And then you're kind of in a situation where you're drafting for, something else. Now, that's not to say I think you should try and lose, don't get me wrong. And then the other side of it is, we still don't know what's going to happen with Sperano and or Ireland at this point. Supposing they win 5, maybe 6 games during the year, what does Stephen Ross do? Does he decide to keep around the coach? Does he decide to change things around a little bit? What does he do? My fear is that he winds up keeping him. And he says, they played some good games, they were close, they got competitive, they won a couple of games. If that's the case, then, maybe Sperano and Ireland both stay around. Then what? I'm not a happy fan when it comes to that. I think it is time to move on. I think that's been shown to be clear. Now it's just a question of, do they do it? Does he pull the trigger? So we'll have to wait it out and see where it goes. But, on the one hand, I don't want to see them get on a roll. And on the other hand, I do, of course, because I'm still a Dolphins fan. Just a tough situation. Anyway, there was this whole Vontae Davis thing this week. Apparently he and a couple of guys went out drinking one night during the week. And they came back kind of late. Vontae overslept, came to training camp late, and was drunk. And so he was called out by Brandon Marshall, and then he was actually suspended for the week, basically, and didn't make the trip to Kansas City. A little strange, isn't it? On the other hand, Brandon Marshall started playing better. I don't know where that came from. Where's that been all season? He finally got to the point where he actually played a pretty good game and didn't drop a lot of stuff, which was kind of weird. Matt Moore had a great game. The offensive line had a great game. And Reggie Bush, ever since he had lunch with Kim Kardashian. Now, I'm not saying that's the reason, but interesting how the timing works on that. He's been playing pretty well. So it's kind of weird. Not really sure what to take away from what's been happening. But I am a little, I'm a little surprised and, wondering where this effort was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. This effort wasn't there. And so I wonder what they have in them. Maybe they win some games. It's hard to, look at it and go, oh, I really want them to win and, go on, win out and be 9-7. This just doesn't feel right. After you start off 0-7, you don't want them to suddenly reel off 9 wins or even 7 wins, really, for that matter. You'd rather them just be what they are and move on, because this season really hasn't been much of anything to be excited about. So we'll see where they go. Stretch coming up here, it's Washington and Miami, and then Buffalo and Miami. Both winnable games for Miami, I would think, so we'll see. Anyway, that's really all I had to say in my podcast. I just wanted to put something out here and throw it out for you guys. Chat with you later. Bye now.